Oh, I didn't notice I didn't have the microphone on. And I haven't removed the cover from the camera. That's okay, right? Cool. Okay, let's get the thing started. Let's get the thing going. You know, the thing is the thing, and there we go. The thing is the thing is the thing. Fire up the machine. Okay, so you go down on the east side, you come up on the west side. Usually come in on the west side, so that's where we're gonna do it. Maybe, maybe he has a private spur. Hmm. Back. Okay. I'm thinking Max needs a private spur for his own personal train. Uh, at the castle in the clouds. Any ideas for good locations? There's a track on the west side for incoming trains, and a track on the east side that goes down to the surface. Uh, yeah, so it comes in, and actually comes in from, let's see, what, is it coming from the north chart? No. Come in, goes north, where they go in, and then comes south. So the east side track essentially goes south, where the door is technically on the south side, and the north side is the back of the castle. Let's see what it comes up with, because I guess I don't really have like a real description there. So just kind of based on what I said, what would be a good idea for his own like private spur? They probably have a roundhouse. I don't know if they have a roundhouse. They should. Be like a parking spot or something. Maybe be on the south side of the castle where you're facing the gates, right? Okay. What does it say? What does it say? Here's how your castle already reads and a few spare locations that fit it. Here you have West Public Visitor Face, Terrace, Ticket Booths, Sir William Drop Off, Service Corridors, Service Doors, the Gallery Exit. North, Backside, Garden, Omni Gate, Army Muster, Final Battle. East, East Gate, East Train Depot, track that drops to the surface. Halfway Chase ends here. Cannon already. Max has a private train. Flying trains can stack into the final battle. So West people east, logistics down. North Max is super spur location. Northeast siding recommended default. Branch off the east line before the surface descent. Swing behind the east depot into a short private bay under the castle's northeast shoulder. That's not a bad idea. Public still uses west in, east down. Max can roll in from the mines and service without crossing the tourist plaza. Short walk or tunnel to the north terrace. Omnigate for I must get to the machine. Escape car beats. Fitz final battle. Heroes hit. That's not a bad idea. North Undercroft. Omnigate apron. Private spur under or along the north terrace, almost under the gate's pedestal. Maximum villain energy, train plus armies plus portals in one frame. Escape bolt from the gate. Fight into his car. Risk crowd the final battle set. You already have a lot of North Terrace action. West Royal sighting usurped. Old King's Private Spur just north of the West Ticket Plaza. Not on the main arrival track, a dead-end bay behind a gated arch. Explains how Max looks legitimate. Royal infrastructure halfway already sneaks west to north. He could almost see the black train parked past the tickets. Weaker for quiet in and out from the surface unless the reverse runs against tourist traffic. East Depot, Bay Zero, simplest map change. Same as East Depot, but fenced third track, labeled private military do not board. Lowest geography cost, less glamorous. More dictator took over the freight bay than secret lair, easy for chapter 13 chase. Guards drive halfway toward the public east platform, while Max's car sits one track over. Underside cloud spur, most fantastical. Track clips under the cloud island, emerges at the hangar door in the cliff of Cloud Rock. Maybe under the cloud island, emergence at hangar door in the cliff of Cloud Rock. Max invisible from tourist terrace, great for single reveal shot. Hard to stage in phase 1, choose your own adventure unless you only name it, not walk it. Want one that serves a story plus map, northeast private spur off the east surface line, short tunnel or covered walk to the north terrace. Mental picture, west tourist tickets, half magic sneak, east public down to service, Max's gated spur behind above it. North Omnigate, Max's car is always one quarter from the machine. That also matches private train elsewhere in the kingdom. He isn't inventing a rail magic, he's adding a spur on an infrastructure he already controls. Naming, scraps optional, million spur. Max's Bay. Royal sighting, official name kept after the coup. Cloud Inn, North End Terminus. A gate sighting. Crew slaying trains at the gate. If you say which flavor you want, secret, usurped, royal, or obvious military, we can lock one paragraph dump blurb to the Omnigate entry. I almost like the cloud island entry. It could be there for royalty. Maybe even Max's private train is actually the king's own train, and when they want to avoid being seen, they go into the clouds where there's a hidden track that goes directly into the actual island. Essentially it's like a regular land island sitting in the sea, only the sea are actually clouds in the air. So it would be a private royal tunnel. It could actually be on either end. It might make sense logically to put it on the west side underneath toward the back north side of the castle. But then again, northeast would work too. But always it would be toward the back of the castle and probably lower, as you said. Um, as you said, the direct walk to the north terrace, or into the castle itself. Let's see what else. The east and west platforms are literally raised platforms. I think, though, I had written it so that tourists would go to the castle and out the east side, but still could be raised from the actual royal hidden entrance. So yeah, so I'm coming up with this thing. Okay, so like the castle is like this, and it's literally an island, right? It's a huge island. You have these huge terraces around. You have the east and west platforms, east west platforms. It's east and west to me. It's the right side is the east, the left side is the west. So as you're facing the front doors, you're on the south side. The front doors are on the south side. The further in you go, the further north you go. The north terrace is actually the back of the castle, right? And so you can have a secret entrance. And so literally the secret entrance can actually be a track that's inside the clouds, so that it remains hidden, so that the royals, when they get in, they can go in directly, they can leave directly, or whatever. Um, it might be the other way around. They might come in the west side, logically would be the west side, because that's where all incoming trains go to. So it could be the west side that's the entrance in there. But when they leave, they always leave off the east side, kind of like the tourists do, but still hidden. Okay, and I'm still thinking here. So I haven't locked this in just yet. Okay, basically describing a two-level sky dock, and it fits what you already have, how the levels work. Think of the cloud island like a rock island in a sea of cloud. Upper raised platforms, west arrival, tickets tourists in, east depot, tourists out, surface line down. Lower into the island body, a royal tunnel hidden cut into the cloud rock under the public decks. Back and forth, Omnigate terrace slightly above the tunnel exit, or one short climb from it. The tourists never leave the raised ring. Royalty and now maxis the under island cut that never shows at the ticket booths. That keeps your tourist flow intact. In west, castle out, east, all on the high platforms, while the royal line is lower rear invisible from the plazas. Whose train? Making Max's private train the king's own train is strong. He didn't invent a new line. He stole the royal consist and the royal right of way. Explains armor livery staff who knew the codes, why nobody questions the black train at the cloth level. Escape beat. He isn't running for his car, he's running for the crown engine he already hijacked. Crew slang, you can still call it Max's train, official plates. All the signage still say row. Where the tunnel mouth should sit. Constraint. You already like always toward the back, north, always lower. Short walk to the north terrace and or service door into the castle, best fit. Northwest Undercroft, north under the west tourist platform, but shifted north so it isn't under the ticket plaza itself. Right. Hidden mouth opens into the north back of the island, one quarter up. The kitchen's service halfway already crawls west service space, or straight out to the north terrace. Omnigate. And actually, I guess it does kind of fit because I didn't remember exactly where I had him going, but he actually goes underneath when he's actually going through like service corridors and stuff, wait staff and all that. And there's this whole underground thing, and the secret entrance for the Royals is through that. So maybe they go in, they go out, and then they go up a set of steps, and they go up to the upper levels of the castle there. Royalty arrives without crossing tourists, disembarks. Yeah, Northeast also works if you want secret mouth near the branch under the East Rays Depot. Better for I came up with the mines. Surface never touched the tourist deck. Slightly farther back, I landed on West tickets, snuck around back. Slightly further from, I landed on West tickets and snuck around back halfway's path. Recommendation: lower northeast rail tunnel. Um, that way, you're not forced to pick east or west as identity. Um, Dump rate sketch. Yeah, I'm not done yet. Small story bonuses. Halfway on the west upper deck can feel a train underfoot. Here, final battle max bolts not only for the Mon gate. Here goes. Taking the East Depot. If you want one lock sentence for the dup. Okay, another thought just occurred to me. Maybe the tunnel is a through tunnel. So that the trains come in from the west. Come in from the west into the secret tunnel. And when they want to leave again, they leave the east side of the same tunnel. Maybe also, since I think halfway is running around the service hallways and whatnot, there are sets of steps that go okay, so there's sets of steps on both sides that go up to the castle inside and the north terrace outside. So there could even be steps that actually go into the well. There's also service access directly from the hidden track. So basically, whenever Max or the King back in the day came in from somewhere, they fly in through the clouds into a hidden track that goes underneath the surface level of the island in the sky, where the tourists board and disembark. So it goes in through the west at the back of the castle. Then it stops somewhere in the middle. Then usually Max or whatever will exit the cabin to his right and go up the stairs into the castle proper. If he wants to go to the north terrace, he exits out of the left side and goes up the stairs there. Whenever what do you call them? Workmen? Maintenance comes in to service the royal train. They come straight through underneath. Am I making sense, or am I contradicting anything? So basically, it's a through tunnel. So they always go in on the west side. They always come out on the east side. But the hidden royal tunnel is actually on the lower level. There's a tunnel there, so it goes in through the clouds and into the actual rock, into the actual island, basically the back of the castle, the under area of the castle. The royals or whoever Max goes take up the steps, and now he's in the castle proper, where he can go to the throne room or whatever is up there. Um, service service people can come in through direct tunnels from the underneath, because the underneath is where all the service stuff goes. You have the mail room, you have the like the kitchens, and you have all the under stuff that goes on through the castle. Uh, so it should jibe with the you're making sense. It doesn't contradict what you've already written. It actually cleans up the two levels. Through tunnel layout, locked picture. West, lower, back. Middle stop, under island. East, lower, joins surface descent. Hidden in cloud, rock. Right to the stairs, left to stairs. Up to the castle. Up to the north terrace. Right. Plus service access at the track level. Tourist deck, raise, surface of the island. West platform, into the castle, east platform out, down to surface, royal line, lower through the rock. Same general west-east direction, but under the tourist decks, and bias toward the back, north of the castle. Two systems, same compass, no clash, left and right, that checks out. If the train is eastbound, entered west, heading east. Cabin side, left, north terrace, Omni Gate. To the right, south, into the castle mass. That's right. That's a standard track along the back island to the south of you. Your instinct matches real orientation. You don't have to hand wave it. Why this fits existing story beats already in the game. How the tunnel helps. West tickets raised. West tickets. Tourists only halfway never needs the royal mouth. North terrace plus Omni Gate. Max is left and up from the royal stop. East raised depot. Public out. Royal east mouth is lower. Rear can feed the same descent without using the tourist platform. Halfway in the service halls, kitchens, west side, service stairs and track level doors are the same. Skeleton here you runs in. Max's private train, King's train. Royal through tunnel is original infrastructure. Max just owns the consist and the codes. Final battle, North Terrace, bolt left side stairs down to the crown engine mid tunnel. Maintenance straight through also works. No need to reverse a long private siding under the island. One thing to keep clear, not contradiction, just two labels. Avoid saying the west track or the east track without level. West upper, west lower. Yeah, same size of the island, different heights. Tourists never see the mouths if they are cut into the back cloud face or under the raised decks, flying through the clouds. That still works. Flying trains approach through Cloud C, line up with the lower west cut at the back, and only then become track. Upper west is the Shoei public dock. Lower west is the royal cut. Not the same aperture. Yeah, it's not the same tunnel or anything. It's not linked to it at all. It's just another tunnel there. But it follows the same general direction. It just, to me, it makes a logical sense that if the tourists do it, so does the king, and it also helps negate the need for like a roundhouse, right? Might have a roundhouse on the ground, right? Because they occasionally need to have maintenance on the trains and whatever down there, but you don't really need it because the roundhouse and everything is on the surface. So any trains that need to get serviced, that need regular maintenance or service, actually go down to the surface to actually do that. It's only the royal carriage that isn't. Through tunnel west, middle stop, east good, lower than tourist platforms good, stop mid island, left north terrace, right castle consistent, service access plus stairs both sides, fits halfway service crawl. Max King's train strengthens, doesn't break, tourist west in, east out, unraised decks. You're not contradicting canon, you're specifying the undercroft that always implied by the castle on the Cloud Island, and Max has private train. You want a single dump paragraph? Next. Yes, please. Do that. I'll drop it in. Okay. I don't know if it's going to say it exactly right though, because the way it was talking is acting like, I'm east track, west track. It's still going to be east and west. There's no Actually, you know what? Let me read this and then let me see if I need to correct it here. Castle sits on Cloud Island, rock in a sea of cloud, not a floating pavilion with nothing under it. Tourist traffic uses raised platforms on the island surface level. Guests arrive west, tickets west terrace, and leave east depot, where the public line continues down to the surface. Below those decks, cut through the island body toward the back north of the castle, runs the Royal Tunnel, a through line, not a dead end siding. Trains enter the lower west mouth, hidden in the cloud rock, northwest back, stop at the mid island platform under the castle, then continue out the lower east mouth and can rejoin the surface descent without ever using tourist decks. Maintenance can run straight through under the island. This is a royal infrastructure. The consist Max uses as his private train, or was the king's own train. He took the right of way and the car, not a brand new secret railway. Okay. At the mid stop, eastbound, normal arrival direction, left north, stairs up to the north terrace, Omnigate, right south, stairs up into the castle proper, track level, service access into the same undercroft, service halls. Halfway already uses it when he's skulking the castle. Tourist west east platforms and the royal west east mouths share compass points, but not height or face. Public docks are raised, and front-facing royal mouths are lower rear and hidden from underfoot. Yeah, and just to clarify, the rear tunnel, the rear royal tunnel, doesn't ever actually connect to the other tracks or platforms. It's just in through the west, out through the east, and the train can go in any direction from there it wants to. Okay. Okay, so it was thinking, or you could say it was thinking. Got it. Separate system entirely. Here's a Titan dumpler with that locked in. Roll tunnel, crown engine. The castle sits on a cloud island, rock in the sea of cloud. Tourist traffic uses raised platforms on the island surface level. Guests arrive at the west, leave east. where the public line continues down toward the surface below those decks, cut through the island toward the back north of the castle runs the royal tunnel, a through line, not a siding, and not connected to the public platform tracks. The royal line never joins the tourist west or east docks. Trains enter the lower west mouth hidden in the cloud rock northwest. Back, stop at mid-island platform under the castle, and then exit the lower east mouth from either end. Once clear of the island, the train can head in any direction it needs on the Royal Open Sky Rail network. Maintenance can run straight through under the island the same way. This is a Royal infrastructure. The Consist Max uses his private train. King's own train, he took the right of way and the car, not a new railway glued onto tourist lines. The mid stop, eastbound, normal arrival direction, left, north, stairs up to the North Terrace, Omnigate side. Right, south, stairs up to the castle proper, track level, service access into the Undercroft service halls. Tourist west and east platforms and Royal west east mouths share compass points, but not height, base, or rail connection. Public docks are raised and front facing, and Royal mouths are lower, rear, and isolated. A train can be heard or felt in the rock from the surface levels without ever appearing on the ticket lines. Okay. And one more thing to address. Of course, there's no roundhouse because there's only one orientation for trains. If regular trains need servicing, they have to go to the surface, which has a proper roundhouse. I forget if I actually even put the roundhouse in there, but I think I always assumed it was near the the south. What do you call that? Depot. Near the entrance to the fair. It was, I should say, at the south depot. I can't do shift, huh? I always assumed it was at the South Depot near the entrance to the fair. Obviously, if the Royal train needs servicing, they can just get to it directly. Now, I should ask it if that sounds okay. The South Depot roundhouse already appears in your notes. You're right on the logic, and quick search didn't turn up actual roundhouse entry in rooms or design docs. Renaissance Station, the fair area exists as a place people catch trains. The South Depot roundhouse looks like an assumption you never wrote down. Find to lock it in now. I know roundhouse the castle works. Castle Rail is through one orientation, west to east, reversed on the same line. No loop, no turntable. Public platforms are only for aboard a light. Heavy service happens on the surface. Rail train never needs a turntable at the skydock. Crew can work on it in the tunnel or run it out either mouth and service it whenever the rail line allows. Dump add-on. Castle Rail service, no sky. There's no roundhouse at the castle. Skylines are one orientation through, running only. No turning facilities in the clouds. Regular trains that need. The Royal Tunnel stays separate from public platform tracks when the Royal Crown engine needs work. Crews reach it directly in the Undercroft. Okay, yes. Okay. So, one more thing. Do you think it's reasonable that you don't really service public trains at the castle, even though they board, even though they use. Actually, you know what? I never thought about when they go home. Maybe they use the portal. They use the portal, don't they? They can use the portal directly. The island. Island or what do you call that? Ingesting. That's not it though. Um, Receiving tourists and taking them to the surface. I mean, it's fantasy. I could do whatever I want, but I'm still keeping it real. Gotta keep it real. Keeping it real. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Welcome back, Rook. Oh, Drizzy Drake in the house. How come I got you tabbed is 3 times there? It's not 3 times in the Rumble in Rumble Studio, but it's like 3 times there on the Rumble web page. That's weird. Anyways, welcome Drizzy Drake for I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but hopefully I am. Welcome. And cool. So welcome everybody. I have about 45 minutes left in this session, and I'm marking down some location stuff. Honestly, some of the stuff I should probably be like I should probably have like sketches and maps and stuff for, because I'm doing this kind of based off the top of my head, and I'm partly doing this because I'm coming to the pros where I have to describe something, and if I don't have an idea of where it sits and how it looks, then I can't really write it. So the only reason is how a lot of real rail systems already work real world parallel. Airports, mountain resorts, and big city terminals often receive and discharge passengers without being maintenance hubs. A station can have platforms, ticket halls, and turnaround of people. Engines and cars still go to the yard, depot, roundhouse, elsewhere for fuel, inspection, turning, and heavy work. Your Sky Castle is basically a destination terminal, not a rail shop. Life fits your castle perfectly. One orientation, no turntable, no loop, bad place for real servicing, raised tourist platforms only. Built for board, alight, not pitch, shops, or spare consists. I don't know what consists are. I've never heard that as a term. I know what the word consist means, but Cloud Island real estate, expensive ground. You don't waste it on a roundhouse, even when the surface already has one. Tourist showpiece. King and Leader Max doesn't want grease smoke and shop noise next to the tickets and the fare facing arrival. Trains pull in, unload. So public trains, the castle are doing station work, not depot work. What might still happen at the island, optional light. You want a little realism without a sky shop. Quick walk around, safety check on the platform. Swap conductor, top off something trivial, pull a bad car out of service, and send the rest down. Anything bigger, South Depot. Sorry, this train terminates for maintenance of the South Depot. Is totally natural dialogue. Explains why the South Depot fair area matters on the map. Keeps the castle glamorous, and the Undercroft Royal only Max's we service the crown engine in the tunnel feels special. He gets shop access where the tourists get a platform and a smile. For not servicing public trains at the castle is consistent, believable, and cleaner. For your layout, surface roundhouse. Okay. The only thing I've never thought about that at all is how tourists return home. Um, they get into the lands via portal, so that can be a thing. But the portal usually opens onto the flying trains. The portals usually open onto the flying trains. So we're going to assume that the flying trains they're always flying. So sometimes they're flying around without any passengers until people start coming in, basically. Um, so actually, getting home would be via portal, but I don't really have anything I thought up that works as a procedure for when you're ready to leave the resort. Yeah, I mean, I should actually be working on some narrative prose, but uh, usually when I come to a new chapter and I don't have a bunch of description already for it, I have to come up with a description. And if I do, I have to find a way of looking it up. I'm nowadays just letting Grok build like look up off of my hard drive the files, so I don't have to do like a lot of searching. I think it helps. See what it how it talks. Maybe there's departure portals or something. Maybe they're maybe possibly. Checking what you already written about tickets, portals, and leaving the resort. You're not missing a half-written system. Inbound is detailed, outbound was never defined as fixable without inventing a second magic system. Pay, get approved, silver tickets by Magic Mail, read the fine print. Portal opens onto a flying train to the castle, check in, admit, then out into the resort. East platform down, fare, hotels, etc. John's ticket stays important through the climax. Max grabs it, so return should still involve that ticket or a pair of tickets. Um, yeah, he's remaining in the lands for the time being, so that's not really a big important deal. I just meant in general, I don't have like a procedure or like a thing that I said about what happens when they're ready to leave. Do they go to a specific location or do they still have? They don't have their Quicksilver tickets, right? Because they turn them in. They turn them in. I mean, I could make it a deal to where instead what they do is they get it stamped or something, or they get it, torn like an old movie theater where half the ticket is torn, um, or maybe they're allowed to keep it as a souvenir. But they don't really want Quicksilver out in the wild, so they probably would not let them go home with it. Treat the ticket as a round trip. I will make only guest facing steps. Check out the castle. Rick Valley stay. Okay. Stamps or turns the ticket or hands a return face of two-sided ticket. Guest boards a departure express from the East Rays platform. You already send people out that way. As train flies a short fixed route to a departure gate, a stable portal window from the lands to home realms, not the guest opening a free portal wherever they stand. At the gate, car, guest reads the return line. Castle check-in and check-out, resort control, paperwork. We know you left. East Public Platform, leaving the island for tourists. No Castle Roundhouse, departure train just run, tourists still South Depot, portal onto train, reverse train to portal. Sorry, tickets. Hmm. Alright, if you want to twist two-sided ticket cleanest. Return home only works after castle checkout. Stamp so people can't ditch early without staff noticing. Same words, different place. Fine print only opens a portal when you're in a word departure zone. Train gate near train gate, car, or castle farewell hall. Conduct a ritual. Stops coming. Please keep arms, tails, and channel luggage inside the vortex. I'd use A and B, two-sided ticket. Education is worth one dump line each. Early leave emergency. Castle can authorize an express departure. Um, Dump blurb. Okay, well, both trains at the castle are boarding. Okay, so an issue with having to go back to a train. Firstly, you can board a train on the surface. Secondly, while technically you could open a portal leaving, you could open a portal leaving the train. I don't know how to say it because it doesn't. I mean, you can do it because it opens in the train, so you can have it open in the train. I think that's a lot of time, maybe money, maybe effort. That basically you could get away with something simpler, like a departure gate. And honestly, they can have departure gates the way you get in, but the idea is they have to process, and the reason that they do it at the castle is because all the processing and stuff goes through the castle, because it's the thing that actually maintains the resort. Something simple like a departure gate, a departure portal. Um, they should be able to leave at any time, even before their ticket runs out. They only need to process coming in. Now, the reason I don't have gates on the ground, I don't have fixed portals on the ground for incoming, is because you want a single entrance point so they can make sure you paid for tickets and everything is proper and get you squared away. Leaving doesn't need to be that complicated. Maybe, perhaps, would even be story. What word am I looking for? Well, appropriate, but appropriate's not what I'm thinking of. Appropriate. I'll just use that anyways. Appropriate. If the departure portals were in the gift shops. It makes sense. Main Street, USA is where everyone comes in. This is also where a lot of the shops are. So when people leave, they can buy souvenirs. So this would work similarly. Maybe the departure portals are special purpose magic mirrors. If you probably doesn't remember, but if you look in the notes, you could almost use magic mirrors for portals. Only if they were large enough. How do I say that? So maybe they are and function as regular mirrors. There's a little bit of inconsistency with the logic. I made the because they're a Quicksilver. They're also highly polished. And I didn't really. I was indicating that the size of them means that you can't really get through them bodily, but uh, something about anyways, the bezel activates the magic mirror, and the bezel has an inert material mixed with quicksilver, so that it's less effective. So you actually have to hold it, and then you have to voice your intent of what you want to look at, and it looks at it. As a tight, I should say story friendly. Okay. Checking magic mirror notes so the departure ID matches with your idea. The logic is cleaner than the train, than portal exit, and if it's how resorts actually work. In control, money, paperwork, one choke point, ticket, portal, on the train, out easy, anytime, spend money on the way, walk into a gift shop, step through departure mirror. Arrivals, security, departures, hospitality, and retail. No need to haul everyone back to the SkyTrain just to go home. Gift shop departure mirrors works especially well with Oregon Alley Renaissance Fair as your main street shop souvenirs. Last stop before real life. How they behave look like ordinary large wall mirrors. Trying a hat, check your cape, pose with a foam sword with a valid silver ticket. Stay not voided. Ticket not spent. Touch or read the return line. Surface becomes a portal home. Yeah. Without a ticket or max people have shut the mirrors, just glass. Leave anytime before the ticket runs out. No castle checkout required. Optional comedy. Clerk bags your purchase. You step through while still holding the bag. The souvenirs are the last thing that the lands sell you. That matches your older note that mirrors could be portals if large enough. It's a purpose-built QS Quicksilver back to departure glass disguised as decor. It does not break. Castle stays a single inbound square point. Surface trains stay for getting around the lands, not for going home. John's ticket still matters. Okay. Max Air refurbished or darken gift shop mirrors. Halfway intrigue. Okay. Now we still have yeah, depart the blurb. Okay. It's gonna have to do more work. He keeps on doing these things at the pace of my deal, but I still have some things to work out about it. I still have a thing or two to work out. Generally, they don't want Quicksilver out in the wild. So when you bring in your ticket, they will take it, so you don't have the ticket when you leave. Probably doesn't matter because these specially made departure mirrors are probably only one way. I don't really have any like logic to go with that, but it should mean that one-way portals slash, well, portals are one way anyways. One way but it shouldn't be a problem to make a to make something with a portal only go one way. Actually, portals only go one way in the first place. Well, that's not true either. Probably doesn't matter. Yeah, when you leave. Did I actually say this? Let me check on the magic mirror science. You contact someone by touching the bezel. I mentioned touching the mirror surface could work as Quicksilver, which allows you to open a portal. Can you pull up the text that explains magic mirrors? I could probably do a lot of this myself. I mean, honestly, I still don't know how to most efficiently use Grok build. You know, certain things, you know, having to go through a bunch of text to find it is one thing, but when you have search and stuff, I probably don't even need to use this, and that kind of makes me actually use up context tokens here. Magic Mirror write up from your design notes around the Luminite Dwarven Halls block. Magic mirrors work somewhat similarly to portal magic, but instead of opening a portal, a normal call opens communication in another magic mirror near the receiver. Touch the bezel, state who you want to contact, and obviously their location to make it quicker. You can remove your hand, touch it again to end the call. It works on intention, but because the bezel is mixed with another material, it doesn't get full power, so it won't open a portal. The mirror itself is Quicksilver, and theoretically you could open a portal with it, but unless you have an intention of transporting somewhere and keep in physical contact with the mirror surface, no portal will open up. Yeah, that I guess. Okay, so that was part of the logic. Part of the logic was basically the logic is you hold on to the Quicksilver. It doesn't matter what it is. The ticket, it could be anything. It could be a pendant. It could be a watch, belt buckle. It can be anything. You hold it. You have an intent. You say where you want to go. That portal opens up, right? Um, Technically speaking, with a mirror, you're not going to be putting your hands on a mirror. Partly because you don't want to get it all greasy, but also partly because you don't really have a need to. It's just there. You look at it. You touch the bezel. You might be holding something. You might be holding like a personal magic mirror. Um, and technically speaking, you could put your hand on the mirror surface, open a portal. Your hand could slip through. Maybe you could grab stuff with it. In fact, that's kind of funny because um, earlier I was like, okay, so how does he steal the scepter? What does this portal device do, right? And it opened a small portal. Normally they open up about large enough for somebody to step through. That doesn't mean it couldn't be smaller. But then the portal opening isn't the same as yeah, actually it isn't. If you had your hand on the mirror, if you had your finger over the bezel on the mirror, um, and you held it, then a portal would open in front of you. So I mean, there's no barrier there. So see, the mirror itself is quicksilver. Okay, also illuminite and sunlight reflects even more than a polished ordinary mirror. Should daytime bright veins can hint at rich or related fine solid. Quicksilver is stable for mirrors, tickets, bezels, portals. Uh, no gas, light, levitation like the impure stages. In play, halfway uses a mirror booth, names the count. Up and leave only her reflection. Oh, the imposter. Okay, yeah. Now that maps your departure idea. Okay. Good shot. Departure mirrors can be ordinary looking mirrors whose surfaces are real. Uh, okay, John's still having a ticket is the exception. If you want next, we can pull the ticket. John can keep his ticket, although he's not going anywhere anytime soon. He's not a regular tourist. I still thought haven't thought through the magic mirror portal idea. Because a portal doesn't open up inside the quicksilver surface. It opens in the air near the person touching it. So that's kind of a hole there. So I need some logic to fix that. The reason the bezel won't open a portal is because being mixed with another material weakens it, so potentially you need weakens it, so it's not as powerful. Okay. But if you touched the surface of a mirror long enough and had the intent to go where a portal would open near you, do I leave it as is? Because, or do I have some property with mirrors that makes it slightly different? Maybe magic mirror glass is literally glass mixed with QS, and that gives it also a weak property. Which means casual touching of a mirror surface is still does nothing, and And extended fetching might work, but it might take too long. I could also act as though the polishing of the glass does something that further blocks portal usage. Thinking of the lore. So magic mirror glass is special in that it's quicksilver infused glass, and of course highly polished glass, so that it's able to reflect. Okay. Now we can do something a little bit different with the departure gate too, and that is, it doesn't have to be a magic mirror per se. It could be something that you touch that allows opening of a portal onto a surface. Because right now the way it works is it opens a portal in midair. Well, maybe there's something that allows the portal to open onto a surface instead, where it's actually locked into the surface, right? You're right to poke at this. If a portal opens in the air near the person, not in the metal, then touch pure Quicksilver intend to go is enough, and pure Quicksilver Mirror Face would be a free portal machine for anyone who daydreams about home. That's the whole. What you notes already say, keep bezel. QS mix with something else weaker, calls only, not portals. Portal needs enough power, travel intention, contact with Quicksilver. Portal forms near you, not inside the object. So the fix is not portal opens inside the glass, it's what counts as enough unbound Quicksilver to open a personal portal. Three fixes, best optional flavor. Mirror face is also diluted. Recommended same rule as the bezel. Don't treat the looking glass as pure, free Quicksilver, right? Well, that's what I was saying. The bezel is Quicksilver plus alloy, call strength only. Face glass plus Quicksilver. Quicksilver under glass skin. Strong enough to reflect and to route call magic. Not strong enough for a full portal under normal use. Ticket free QS lump, refined, portable, high purity, portal capable when you intend and speak the words. Casual touch, adjusting a hat. Peeper, hang up on the bezel, does nothing portal wise. Extended surface contact, hard travel intent. Might theoretically edge toward a portal, but it's slow, unreliable, and not how the resort expects anyone to leave. You simply say it never reaches portal threshold because the glass mix is capped below that. That keeps one rule: dilution weakens power. Bezel weaker, call, face medium, mirror plus call channel, free ticket, full portal. Fix versus free, Quicksilver, optional second layer, very clean. Even pure looking mirror metal is bound into the frame building grid. Uh, touching it couples you to the mirror network. Other mirrors open a call. A ticket is free Quicksilver, not network. So the intention opens a local portal beside you. Then why doesn't the mirror open a portal? Because it's Quicksilver is already committed to being a mirror on the grid, not a personal key. Polishing as a seal, flavor, and not the whole system. Polishing silvering is a traditional craft step that damps portal coupling while keeping shine and call function. Good as dwarven why we polish. Note, weak as the only reason it feels like a patch. Use as support for one or two. Recommendation, leave the portal near you. Physics, change the mirror composition. Uh, mirror glass, okay. Gift shop departure, if you still want it. Not a normal phone mirror, dedicated exit glass with a resort grade. Quicksilver, staff enable, pure plate. The shop powers for home of record. Leave any time after check-in. Yes, still portal near you or marked step here zone. You can sell the departure as the shop mirror. It looks like the others, but its core is pure. Only pure surface portal is written without a break as is. Every bathroom mirror is security incident. Best single sentence for the dump. Okay, that's fine. It doesn't look like I'm gonna get any pages done today either, so I guess that's the way that goes, right? Let's see over here. Okay. Okay, so that actually works. So there's a lot more going on for a portal. What you said about free quicksilver versus mixed medium. Um, so the departure gate gates. Um, One thing I haven't really. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe it's also useful to be able to open a portal along a surface, but it requires slightly different uh, application. So then you could have a door or another full mirror that's not a magic mirror. Um, or whatever. Paint a hole in the wall or something. But I need some kind of logic as to how it works. Most magic is related to intention. You intend to call someone. You intend to go someplace. So maybe there's something there that the intention part is slightly different when a portal is locked into a surface. Maybe I could think about the way the OmniGate works. The OmniGate works by having these devices that shoot out this portal deal. So maybe the portal along the surface requires a almost a kind of device, sort of. Um, Shoot, I never thought about it. I could make it where um yeah, I could do that. I'll have to here. I'll tell you what it is in just a second here. It makes it sound more like a science, and it kind of feels like correct, like a logical correctness, like it's a science instead of like just out of nothing. Circling a clean second mode of the same magic, not a new element. Carry step. Take me from here to there. Couples to you. In the air near you. Frame aperture. Open door in the surface to there. Couples a surface you define. Along that surface door wall, big glass painted outline. Both need enough free or gate grade quicksilver, travel class power, and clear intention, which changes what the intention attaches to the portal to your body or boundary. That matches how you already think. The intention does the steering. The metal is the battery antenna. Why it locked to a surface needs a slightly different application. A free portal is a bubble next to a person, easy, personal, temporary. A surface portal is a fixed aperture. Bound a frame. Yeah, well, what I'm saying is a frame. Um, yeah, inlay plate behind the glass, rods in the jam. So the whole stays in the plane instead of floating beside you. you get a carry portal. If you want this doorways the way home while charging the frame, you get a surface portal. Casual touch the glass and daydream fails. Practical grades keeps the kingdom from being full of wall holes. Magic mirrors, departure gates, frame mode, gear, the result built on purpose, QS in the frame. That's right. Guess don't carry Quicksilver. Gate supplies. Tiny science line, you want Quicksilver opens a path when intention and power meet. Intention centered on the traveler, the path opens beside them. If intention is centered on a boundary and QS is bound to that boundary, the path opens as a surface aperture. It just, okay. Touching the hotel. Optional flavor, painted outline, it must be closed loop. I was thinking about don't abandon free near you portals at frame. Okay, I like frame idea. Okay, so there's, yeah. Okay. So let's say the bezel doorknob or panel beside the door. It's mixed medium. And let's say that there is pure US plates connected to another mixed medium surface where the doorway will appear. So the science behind fixed portal magic is it carries your intention like electricity through the it could be coded too. I do like it's coded, right? Okay. Let's say there is we'll say a pure Quicksilver plate coded here. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do I bet I can select it though. Coated with an insulator. Coated with an insulator. With exposed points of pure Quicksilver. Say the bezel doorknob or whatever. Okay. This door, this panel or whatever is connected to the plate. So the science behind fixed portal magic is it carries your intention like electricity through the bezel or special panel to the pure quicksilver plate that's insulated. So you can't directly contact with it. And what that means is that the surface of this larger plate, the area where the door, where the portal will open, can't directly make contact. And what that means is that the surface of this larger plate, the area where the portal will open, so when you touch the panel, a portal opens along the pure quicksilver surface in between the insulating layers, causing a portal to only open along the surface. That surface. Sounds complicated, but it makes a sort of logic sense to me. So maybe not real world logic, but real world adjacent, perhaps. And that way, just like everything else, just like the frequency and stuff, and all this magic with Quicksilver, there's a kind of a science to it that, that technically wouldn't be magic anymore if you knew all the science to it. But I wanted to have kind of backing because I wanted well, if somebody goes through this thing, can't anybody go through it, and can they go through it at any time? Well, uh, yes and no, but yes, in that the fact that freestanding a piece of Quicksilver you hold on to opens a portal in the air. What this does is it is a way where the portal energy will travel along the surface, and that way it's kind of a logical thing, like electrified plate or something. You know what I mean? So it's real world adjacent in a good way. Control surface, conductor, working surface with insulation so that the hot QS never sits in your hand. It's enough logic for fantasy tech without needing lab physics. Clean the model, same idea, slightly tighter. Carry portal, tickets, free QS. You touch free, intend to take me there. Path opens in the air near you. Frame portal, doors, departure gates, wall apertures, control. Bezel, doorknob, side panel, mixed medium like a claw bezel. Safe to touch, carries intention and a little power, not a full free portal by itself. Run, link from the control to the plate. Quicksilver wire inlay, frame channel like electricity. Aperture plate, pure quicksilver, mostly under an insulator, so you can't casually palm the pure metal. Exposed points, seam, pure QS left open along the line where the doorway should form. Door outline, mirror edge, paint loop. But yeah, I shouldn't have said paint because it's going to take it literally and it's going to inject it in everything. But this is the idea. Touch control, travel or open this door. Intention power, routes to the plate. Portal forms only along that pure quicksilver surface. slash seam, not as free bubble next to you. So mixed control, switch handle, pure plate, actual gate, insulator, why hotel mirrors and random brass aren't death traps, why this fits what you already have. Call bezel, mixed intention, weak, voice only, no pure plate behind it for travel, magic mirror face diluted, not a free plate, reflection, call path, ticket, free pure quicksilver on your person, carry portal near you, departure gate, portal door, control panel, insulated pure plate, exposed seam, surface doorway, paint a hole. You're drawing the pure seam yourself, harder specialist work. Call mirrors don't have a travel grade pure plate, open seam, departure gates do. One line of why the portal stays on the wall. Free pure quicksilver answers the person. Okay. Is it mystical? All right. Dump blurb, paste ready. Framed surface portals, pure quicksilver. Someone used the control along with the right intention. The portal opens only along that pure quicksilver surface seam. Okay. Slightly technical, but consistent and teachable in one diagram. Real world adjacent is fine. Players only need a handle safe. Shiny plate under glass, the actual door line if you want one more lock later. Okay. So these departure gates can take different forms too. One could be a literal doorway with the opening area having the quicksilver that has the portal. So so they can put their hand on the doorknob, intend to go home and open the door, and the portal is in the doorway. Could be a full-length mirror, not a magic mirror for calling, but for going through, and probably other forms that I'm not thinking of right now. Okay. Okay. So that seems to work pretty good, I think. I think. Yes, once the science is mixed control plus pure QS seam plate, the furniture can be almost anything. Same guts, different skin, same mechanism. A doorway, doorknob, or side panel, seam in the door frame, plane of the open door, handle knob, tin home portal fills doorway. Full length glass, not a call mirror, bezel bottom, rail or side plate, exposed seam around behind the glass plane, touch control, intend set through. Arch, golden gate, post, finial or latch, loop appear quicksilver in the arch. Touch, walk under. Booth, phone booth style, exactly. Picture frame, painting, exactly. Closet wardrobe, yep. Call mirrors stay a different product, mixed bezel, no travel grade, pure aperture plate, talk only, departure glass can look similar, but is built as a gate, not a phone. Design rules that keep the forms honest, something to touch, that is a pure free quicksilver in the guest's pocket, a clear plane where the portal is allowed to sit, insulated pure plate with the open seam only on that plane, in intention, go home, open this way. If any of those is missing, it's decor or a call mirror, not departure gate. Dump add-on. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do something that's probably pretty complicated for most humans, but for you it shouldn't be so tough. Would you mind? Could you please take all the dump text involving the royal entrance Let's see, what was the other thing? Was it um uh all the dump text from everything dump text from everything we talked about um when this when I came back from my break from the Royal Train entrance, the stuff about the roundhouse, the departure of regular guests, tourists from the lands, and the surface portal magic and refined magic mirror science into a single summary. I can just drop the whole thing into my dump file. And I'm just going to copy it directly. I might read over it. In fact, I'll probably read over it in my little recording here that I'm going to do in just a second for when I log off, basically. So that's a lot of world logic. That's a lot of it's not a lot of lore. There's not a lot of backstory per se, but the way it works. Okay, and then I will read it off while I'm recording. I'll even if I have to. Yeah. Okay, so that's a lot of text. That's okay. Um, yeah. Okay, there'd be a problem here, and that's these. How many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47, 48, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. Okay, so there's a problem facing the table lines because I have approximately 55 characters across. So these lines extend far. Can you either shorten those or can you show the tables another way? See if it will do the whole thing over again. I mean, it will. This is kind of the cool thing about the AI. which I hope they never. The one thing about the passage of time is if they get a real time clock and stuff, and they perceive time like we do, they'll have things where it'll be like too long. They'll be just like, oh, this is too long, even though they can do it like instantly. I think. I think it's the sense of time, which it doesn't really have, but if it has a counter, it would have a sense of time in a sense. Okay, let's do Control Z. Okay. Uh, wait, what's going on? Same up with no white table short lines. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, I like that. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. All right, let me read everything in here first. Okay, that's good. That works. Let me read through it, please. Okay, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start recording. So today, Friday, August 14th, 2026. I didn't get any actual actual pages done. I had to work out a few things because Max comes in on his flying train, and to describe it, I need to describe how he comes in. He needed a spur, and then we talked about where can you put a spur for him, and then came up with this idea about there being a tunnel going through the floating island, and that's hidden in the clouds so that he could be secret, and then also that uh, okay, and also that basically Max takes the royal train, so the royal train, so that there's a tunnel on the backside of the castle, lower than the west and east platforms for tourists, and there they can maintain the royal carriage, and it can leave. It goes one way, comes in off the left side, leaves off the right side. In other words, it goes from west to east. The Then we have a roundhouse for regular uh, maintenance on the surface. So this castle sits on Cloud Island, a rock in a sea of cloud. Public rail raised island surface. Arrive west. Tickets west entrance. Leave island east. East depot. Public line continues towards surface. Lands east and west docks are raised platforms. Public tracks board alight only. Rail tunnel near lower rear separate. Cut through the island toward the back under tourist decks. Through line not a dead end siding. Does not connect to public platform tracks. Same compass as public west east, but not same height, face, or rails. Um, Enter lower west mouth. Hidden northwest back. Stop mid-island under the castle, exit lower east mouth. Once clear of the island, train may go any direction on Royal Sky Rail network. Maintenance can run straight through. Mid-stop, normal arrival eastbound. Left north stairs to the north terrace, Omnigate side. Right south stairs into the castle proper. Track level service access to undercroft service halls, halfway kind of crawl space. Whose train royal infrastructure. Max's private train was the king's own train. Right away and car taken, not a new line on tourist rails. A train can be heard felt in the rock from the surface levels without showing at tickets. No sky roundhouse. No roundhouse at the castle. Skylines, one orientation through running only, no turning in the clouds. Public trains needing real service. Turns shop heavy work. Go to the surface. South Depot Roundhouse near the Renaissance Fair entrance. Renaissance Station, Orthogon Alley area. Royal Crown engine service in the tunnel directly, mid-stop or straight through. No need to use tourist docks or South Depot unless someone chooses to. Why no public shop at the castle? Sky Castle destination terminal, not a rail shop. One orientation, board, alight, platforms, limited cloud real estate. Tourist showpiece. Platform walkarounds okay. Serious work. South Depot. Tourist arrival versus departure. Arrival controlled. Single choke point. Guest gets silver ticket. Pay process or rare exceptions. E.g. halfways. Candy bar. Fine print plus indentation. Portal onto a flying train. Train to castle for check-in. Pay papers squared away. Then into the resort. East. Down. Fair. Hotels, etc. Tickets free. Quicksilver. Resort does not want pure Quicksilver in the wild. At check-in, the standard tourist tickets are taken. Guests do not carry a portal key for the rest of the stay. John may keep his ticket, not a regular tourist, not leaving soon. Ticket still plot relevant, exception, not normal flow. Departure simple, leave at any time while still entitled. No heavy castle checkout required, no train required to go home. Departure gates, C5 and 6. Sit where people pass on the way out. Gift shops on Orthogon Alley / Renaissance Fair Main Street. Souvenirs, then step through. Under max, gates can be restricted, darkened or closed for refurbishment. Stranded tourists. Flow in short. In, portal, train, castle check-in, ticket collected, out, departure gate, home. Gate supplied pure QS. Trains move people inside the lands, not required to leave the resort. Quicksilver, free versus mixed, magic mirrors. Quicksilver, nickname for Luminite, refined solid metal, stable for mirrors, tickets, bezels, portals, no gas, light float, or of impure stages. Portals do not open inside the metal. Enough power plus right intention, carry mode, air near the person, frame mode, along a designed surface or seam. Dilution weakens power. Free pure Quicksilver tickets, full carry portal strength. Mixed medium, Quicksilver plus other material, weaker, good for intention control, not a free personal portal alone. Magic mirror face, glass mixed with Quicksilver and or sealed and polished, reflect and aids calls, does not portal on casual normal touch. Magic mirrors call like portal magic, but open communication to another magic mirror near the receiver, not travel. Touch bezel, say who, optional where, hand may leave, touch again, 10 call. Bezels mixed medium will not open a portal. Face is not free pure Quicksilver for travel. Call mirrors lack a travel grade pure aperture plate. In play, booth plus hand on bezel, name, count, hang up on bezel, peepers on doors, etc. Why every mirror isn't a portal. Pure free Quicksilver plus travel intent would make every pure face a security hole. Everyday mirrors are mixed, diluted, and built for calls. Only free tickets and purpose-built gates use travel grade pure Quicksilver in the right setup. Free carry versus framed portals. Free carry, portable Quicksilver, tickets, etc. Intention, take me from here to there. Portal opens in the air near the person. Why tickets are collected at check-in. Framed surface. Intention, open a door in this surface to there, and or a gate already holds the framing. Hardware control, mixed bezel, doorknob or side panel, safe to touch, carries intention like a current, not a free portal alone. Running conducts intention, power to plate, aperture plate, pure Quicksilver, mostly under insulator, no palming, free pure metal. Exposed points / seam, pure Quicksilver only along the line where the doorway should form. Result, portal only along the pure Quicksilver surface seam, not a free bubble beside you. One line sentence, free pure Quicksilver answers the person. Pure Quicksilver fixed in a plate, exposing only along a seam, answers the frame. Both force into onto that surface. A path force onto that surface. Insulation keeps the pure metal off the casual hands. No free Quicksilver in the wild. Specialist. Paint the hole. The paint the hole in the wall is not a thing. It's just there. In King's Quest 6, you have this magic paint where you can actually open a hole into the castle there, in that game. So I was just saying, I was given some different forms of the gate. Paint a hole in the wall. Pure OS close seam. Feed aperture intention to it. Harder, costlier, not tourist magic. Same idea. Built gates. Optional latch. Touch open, touch close, like call mirrors or stay. Touch dead man, touch on and off is elegant. Departure gate forms. All share mixed control, insulated, pure Quicksilver aperture. Only the shell changes. Guests need no pocket ticket after check-in. The gate supplies pure Quicksilver. Call mirrors equals different product. Doorway control knob or side panel. Aperture door plane frame seam. Use hand on knob. Intended home open portal and doorway. It's getting a little too in the details here, but full length glass, passage not call, control bezel rail or side plate, aperture glass plane, touch control step through, arch garden gate, control finial or latch, aperture loop in the arch, use touch walk under, booth control inner panel, aperture open face of booth, step in activate, step out home, picture frame painting, wardrobe closet, staff hatch. It can be any form basically. Rules for any gate: mixed medium thing to touch, not pure free Quicksilver is in the guest's pocket. Clear plane where the portal may sit. Insulated pure plate, open seam only on that plane. Travel open this way. Intention gate may already know a home of record after check-in. Missing any decor or call mirror, not a departure gate. Gift shop placement: the fair Arthur on the alley, Main Street, buy souvenirs, then leave. Quick reference: west upper. Okay, so this is the quick reference here. Uh, okay, good. I like that. I'm keeping that. Um, I had to do that because if we go back here to this, fire up the machine, right? Max arrives at administration castle where the transport dream. Well, I'm going, okay, well, where does he come in at? Does he have a spur? We need to put a spur in there for him. And then that evolved into the conversation about, well, he could have a platform that he comes in. The the chatbot suggested it suggested hidden dilly into the rocks or somehow into the clouds or whatever. I was like, I kind of like that idea. So we're gonna make it a tunnel all the way through, and it's gonna come in the west side, go out the east side, kind of like the way the trains actually run. But this is gonna be like separate from any of the tourist stuff. It's for the royal train and such. Anyways, so that's what I did for today, and I gotta say it's time to go. And maybe I'll see you on Monday. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Maybe I'll take a week off so I can do some housework or something. I'm not sure. Kind of depends. So yeah. Thank you for watching part 2.